What's up, guys? Take a look at this Lamborghini 2020 Urus from Florida. Take a look at the damage. The reason I'm showing you guys this video is because you guys need to do your research before you buy a car from the auction. Take a good look at the damage, and I'll show you some other pictures right after. All you need to do is copy the VIN number, and you're gonna go to what's it called? Bidcars.com. See that they want $139,000 buy now for this car. So when you go to bidcars.com, or you can Google the VIN number, and when you Google the VIN number, you can look at all sorts of pictures of this car. So check this out. This car used to be a State Farm insurance car. It's been bought and sold several times, but it hasn't been fully sold because they didn't get what they want on the car. But this is what this car used to look like. A lot more damage than you see in the other listing. That's why you guys gotta do your VIN search, do your research on the car before you buy these cars. You always have to be careful, or else you will get scammed thinking that you're buying a car with less damage, but you're actually buying a car with a lot of hidden damage. You guys gotta be careful when it comes to buying cars from the auction, because you will overpay for a car that someone else bought and hacked it together to make it look like it's better, but it's not. You guys gotta be careful at stuff like this. So our next car is a BMW 330i. It's a 2020. Just right off the bat, when you look at the pictures, this thing does not look like uh, it was in an accident. It looks like somebody just took some parts off and threw it on there, like the headlights and stuff like that. But you guys gotta be careful. So we're gonna take the VIN number on this one too. And you'll notice the bid is at 13,000 right now. I don't remember what the buy now was, but all you gotta do is Google that VIN number. So this site, it's a weird site. It's not that accurate. You can see that it says 320, but it's not a 320. It's a 330. You can tell by the pictures that it's a 330, and also by the VIN number. But this is that same car from Copart, but it was bought from an insurance company, hacked together, made a little bit better, made it look like it has less damage, and they threw it back in the auction for someone to buy, not knowing what they're dealing with. That's why I always recommend doing a Google search on the VIN number. And another thing, if you see where it says it's a California car, sometimes it'll say it'll say California, but the title state will be Texas, like this Ford right here. You can see that it was originally bought from Texas as an insurance car. It was sent out to Los Angeles, and it was hacked to look a little bit better. So this one, you can tell there's a lot of hidden damage there. They want $21,000 by now. But if you go to Google, or you go to bidcars.com or bidfax, any of these sites, you can see that this car sold for 15 grand, and they just made it look a little bit better, hit a lot of damages, and they just want to make a quick profit. I believe it was like 21,000. Also, they hide those airbags, they cut them, so when you look at the pictures on the auction, you will not see those airbags. You have to look very carefully to notice that there's airbags blown. But you buying this car, you're not noticing any of those things, and you're thinking you're getting a good deal, but you're actually not. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is a Camaro, 2019 Camaro. Take a look at the car. Doesn't look like it has any damage actually, but there's actual damage underneath those body parts. So again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the VIN number. A lot of times you'll see stars. If you don't have an account, you'll see stars. You just have to take the VIN number from the picture. But this is what this car used to look like. It sold for $11,000 from an insurance company to a dealer, and all they did is hack it up, make it look a little bit better, and they're trying to get top dollar for it. And someone's gonna buy it not knowing that it had a damage like that. Our next car is a truck, Chevy. So this one, you can tell that the only damage is right there in the rear. Doesn't look like it's much damage, so you're gonna think that, hey, this car is worth buying. You pay a lot of money for it, you're gonna get it from the auction. Then you're gonna notice that there's actual damage on this car, like right here. So there's a lot of damage, and it was just hidden. Sometimes they half-ass fix it. Sometimes they don't even fix it. They just slap the parts back on. But you guys got to be careful on things like this, because you're buying a car thinking that you're not going to do much work on, but it actually has a lot of damage underneath. That's why I recommend you guys search your VIN number, do a lot of Google searches, and make sure the car is an insurance car. Got another car coming up. It's going to be a GMC truck. Take a look at the damage that they're showing, supposedly. You can see that it's an LA state car, but it's being sold in Texas. This car was bought from a different state, and now it's being sold in Texas. But originally, it was from the state. I forgot what LA was, but originally it was from this state, and this is what it used to look like. As you can tell, all they did is just pull the front end a little bit, make it look a little bit better, and try to make a quick profit off of it. This car was actually sold for $9,000, but and it was an insurance car. But this is what it looks like now. Our next car is a G-Wagon. It's being sold out of New York. They believe they wanted $169,000 by now, or you can bid on it. But this is what it looks like now. You can tell. Look carefully in the car, carefully at every picture. Click on the HD icon on the very top, and it makes the picture HD, so you can get a better view. So you can see that it was a New Jersey car, but it was bought from New Jersey to New York, and this is what it used to look like. It is insane amount of damage. But all they did is buy that car from New Jersey, take it to New York, make it look a little bit better, and throw it back in the auction to get more money for it. And you buying this car, you're not gonna see that unless you do your research. Next car is gonna be a Lexus. Take a look at this Lexus. Again, doesn't look like there's much damage on there. Just looks like it's just the front end. But all you gotta do is take that VIN number right there, put it on HD, grab the VIN number, go to bidcars.com, and take a look at this. A lot of damage that the other image did not have, because somebody again bought the car from the insurance company, made it look a little bit better, threw it in there, and try to get a profit for it. Now take a look at this one. This one, you can see it has 183,000 miles, and somebody bought it again, and they made it look a little bit better. This one actually, they dropped the mileage on it. Now older cars, a lot of times the Copart will choose to put non-actual. So just because a car says non-actual or exempt doesn't mean it's actually non-actual or exempt. But sometimes it is. Sometimes it's really not. It's just what Copart chooses to do. See, it said 78. I think it says 78,000 miles. That's why you guys gotta be careful. Next car, BMW Coupe. Now this one you guys gotta take a look at. So this one again doesn't look like there's much damage, but you can tell the engine is tweaked right there in the picture. Now we're gonna go to the original pictures of what this car actually looked like. Take a look at this. That is pretty bad. I'm surprised they actually made that thing look like the other picture. I mean, this thing's like a total, like complete total loss. This should only deserve to be a parts car, but somebody did it, and you're gonna buy it not knowing it. Next car, Jeep. Take a look at this Jeep. Just looks like front end damage. I think it was just the front end, but we're gonna look at the original pictures of this car. Again, take the VIN number from the picture, go here, look at the front end of this thing. You guys got to be careful, do your research before you buy a car from the auction, because auctions are as is, you can't do nothing about it. That's why you guys got to be careful. Next car is going to be a Camry. Take a look at this Camry. It just looks like rear end damage right there. This one, I think they were a little lazy. They didn't do much cover up on this one. But you can see it's a New Jersey car, and it's being sold in New York. It's a common thing in New Jersey to New York. But this is the original pictures. Take a look at the back end. Yeah, it's a lot worse. A lot worse. And like you can see that they just pulled it out, made it look a little bit better, throw it in the auction. That's what these guys do for a living, and you guys got to be careful and do your research before you buy these cars. Next car is going to be a Mercedes. It looks like it's just regular front end damage. Thinking you're going to buy it, you're going to just need a bumper, airbag, two headlights, but actually one headlight. But take a look at this. Take the VIN number, go to bidcars.com. Yeah, that's what that used to look like. So you're buying that car not knowing that it used to look like this, and you're thinking, well, it's just a little minor front end damage, and the insurance totaled it. No, that's not the case. This is why this car got totaled, and someone else bought it, literally used the same bumper, and throw it back in the auction. Our last car, GLE 63. You can see that the air ride is a little low, and you can see that there wasn't much damage. But when you take the VIN number and look it up on bidcars.com, you're going to see a lot more damage. Take a look at this. Now, this is why it actually got totaled. This isn't the insurance total, but somebody took it, like I said, make it a little bit better. You can tell the air ride's low, and they throw it in the auction looking like this. Thank you guys. Subscribe for more.